They're off over 2 miles in the seventh and final McHale Orbital 4-year-old bumper. On the inside in the hoop colours, it's Royal Noble and Jack Henry alongside, followed uphill along the side of the track by Paddy Elvis. They're tracked by Garnacho on the inside, with Yorkshire Escape in the striped cap. They're followed up the far side by the odds-on favourite Mystical Power in the hoop colours and white cap. As is Royal Noble, just leading Jack Henry, being followed by Paddy Elvis. Mystical Power disputes the fourth with Garnacho. And these are followed downhill by Fafur and Yorkshire Escape on the inside of Perfect Nelson. Orpington is next. And then a little bit of Rita and Fort Randall. Coming up to their final mile and 5. Not much between. Royal Noble on the inside of Jack Henry in the blue and white, followed by Paddy Elvis, Garnacho and Mystical Power racing together. And they're followed towards the end of the back straight by Fafur. And that one stable companion, Yorkshire Escape, next. Precious little between. Jack Henry, one from the rail. On the rail is Royal Noble. Break of a length to Paddy Elvis, then Garnacho. Yellow and blue on the inside of Mystical Power. Followed into the straight by Yorkshire Escape and Fafur. Tracked by Perfect Nelson, Orpington, Fort Randall, and a little bit of Rita. Jack Henry, and on the inside, Royal Noble. They continue 1 and 2, followed on straightening by Paddy Elvis and Garnacho the rail, and then Fafur in between Mystical Power and Yorkshire Escape, and then the 7 runner Perfect Nelson, Orpington, Fort Randall, and a break of 4 lengths to the back marker, a little bit of Rita. 1 circuit to go. In the McHale Orbital 4-year-old bumper over 2 miles, just shading it, Jack Henry on the outside of Royal Noble. Pushed along briefly on the inside, then Paddy Elvis, Garnacho, Mystical Power next on the outside of Fafur, and then Yorkshire Escape, with the final 4, Perfect Nelson, Orpington, Fort Randall, and a little bit of Rita. At the end of a circuit, and Jack Henry shifts on a length in front of Royal Noble. Paddy Elvis has never been too far off the first pairing, followed by Garnacho and Mystical Power, and then Fafur and Yorkshire Escape on the inside being shown the reins, and then Perfect Nelson, Orpington, Fort Randall, a little bit of Rita. Jack Henry the leader on rising ground from Paddy Elvis, who goes up on terms. Closing his Mystical Power on the outside, is up into third ahead of Garnacho, followed by Fafur, and Perfect Nelson makes a forward move with Fort Randall next, then Yorkshire Escape and Orpington. Fading fast is Royal Noble, coming up to the final 5 furlongs, and it's Jack Henry joined by Paddy Elvis, half a length back. To in third place is Mystical Power, then Garnacho and Fafur next, and then the nose banded Perfect Nelson and Yorkshire Escape, and Fort Randall is joining the leading group with less than 4 furlongs to go. Paddy Elvis, Mystical Power, dropping back on the inside, Jack Henry. Going for the right inside is Garnacho. As they head towards the end of the back straight, less than 3 to run, and Garnacho's got through on the inside of Mystical Power with Paddy Elvis, and then Perfect Nelson being followed for home by Fafur, and they're followed into the straight Fort Randall as these break away from Orpington. Mystical Power picks it up with 2 to run, followed by Perfect Nelson. Garnacho on the inside gets a reminder, followed by Fafur. After them is Fort Randall racing round the home turn, and Mystical Power is sent for home, chased by Perfect Nelson. Then comes Fafur. On the inside is Garnacho with Fort Randall, but it's Mystical Power, and Patrick Mullins driven on by 3 lengths to Perfect Nelson, then Fafur, Fort Randall, and Garnacho is next, but it's Mystical Power, bred in the purple, makes the winning debut. Second is Perfect Nelson. In third place was Fafur, followed home by Fort Randall, Garnacho, and Paddy Elvis.
Perhaps a new potential star of the National Hunt season has penetrated here this evening. It's off to a winning start from Mystical Power.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.